got going on?
So I am Britt. This is my second account on the Meet Me platform. I was originally with POF. I left that account. I came to Meet Me, just trying to start over a different kind of stream. Um, I am a teacher by day, and so a lot of my streams are based on dealing with the burnout of being a teacher and working through those struggles. But other than that, I mean, we kind of just go with the flow. We're my streams are very chill. Um, I'm looking at me and Jay are kind of talking about doing a craft show coming up very soon, trying to figure that out. But a lot of my streams are just very everywhere and all over the place. But yeah, I'm excited to be on here.
All right, wonderful. Well, y'all make sure you favorite Brit and go check her out and, see what her and Jay are cooking up. And then let me know if I can learn something from them. Because I am not crafty by any means, okay? I think that super glue and gorilla glue on anything makes art. That's just what I say. Okay. So, Britt, tell us about some places that you have traveled to.
So I am a cruise person like crazy. I believe they give you the most bang for your buck. I believe that they are very intuitive, just for money wise, because as a teacher, I don't necessarily have thousands of dollars to spend to go to different like for example, I've been to Cozumel. Just to do a trip to Cozumel is just about $1,000 both ways. Rather than doing that, I went on a cruise for $500, and it's a 10-day voyage, and I got to see Cozumel for a day, and that was plenty for me because just the thought of being there for a week was terrifying. So I mean, I think I that's the most bang for my buck. So a lot of the places I've been um, are based on cruise ports and cruise destinations. I will say I've been to San Juan, Puerto Rico 3 times on 3 different cruises, and that is probably one of my favorites, next to the Dominican Republic with Amber Cove. That's probably one of my favorites. Amber Cove is just gorgeous. If you have not been on to Amber Cove, you have to go before you die because it is just there's something about that water and something about that atmosphere. The people there are just awesome. The locals are very accommodating to tourists, and it's just awesome.
Okay, all right. So, so now, do you go through with the cruises? Do you go through one cruise line? Do you check out who has the best deals, or do you go through like a cruise line expert person? I know they
So
have a name,
I
but I can't think of it.
Yeah, my Nana actually was the one that got me into cruises. We went on a one for her 75th birthday, and so when we went on that one, I was like, okay, I can see like this is a lot of bang for your buck. I mean, you can't. I mean, when I go on vacations with my own family, we like rent a house. By the time you get there, like the first day, you have to get the house ready, you have to unpack, you have to figure out how to get groceries. You don't have to do that on a cruise. It's already all there. You don't have to worry
Mhm.
about it. And so recently I've been doing Carnival. I will say Carnival is a really great cruise line, but I am going to be trying out Royal Caribbean come March, just because Carnival is a very party like ship. And it's
Mhm.
not that I don't like partying and I don't like having fun, but there's something about relaxing on your cruise is what I really want to do. And just Royal Caribbean has membership matching. And so I can match my membership from Carnival to Royal Caribbean like that. And I've been on 7 cruises with Carnival, so I'm a gold member. So I would
Oh,
match that to their platinum membership with the Royal Caribbean. So I've went on Carnival mostly, but that was just because my Nana went on Carnival and I was able to get good deals through her Carnival membership that it just
mhm.
kind of made sense.
So yeah, right. Yes, it does. So you've been on what, 7 total or more? Yeah, 7 total. Okay. So do you go on one a year, twice a year?
Last year I was very ambitious and I went on 3.
Mhm.
I went on one in March, and then I double booked one in July on the same ship. So I was
Oh.
on the same ship for 2 weeks in a row.
Mhm.
But a lot of my deals I got was from playing at the casino. I only put like $50 in the casino, but like when you do that on Carnival, they send you like crazy promotions,
Mhm.
and it's just dumb for you not to. I followed this woman on TikTok. She's a teacher, and she literally the minute that she gets out in the summer, she's on a cruise ship every week. But that's because
Oh.
she's able to do that because she has these rewards.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
shoot, I may do that when I get older and then just have all these awards and just live on cruise ships in my retirement. Hello? I mean,
I mean,
shoot, I can do that. Completely
they
do
just
that.
did like they have a 9-month voyage they just went out on, and they're going all over the Caribbean, and towards Alaska and like all these
Mhm.
places. And so like, I mean, with cruises, you have to pick if you want Eastern or Western
Mhm.
Caribbean. The farther away, the more money it's going to be. Like I
Yeah.
only did one Western Caribbean cruise, mainly because I didn't know exactly how it was going to go.
Mhm.
And that was before the whole cartel thing was happening that I booked it. And when
Yeah.
I found out about the cartel and having to go to Cozumel and these different ports like Santa Maya, I was kind of scared. I was terrified. I was like, I'm not leaving the port. I'm staying at the port. I'm not
Yeah.
leaving. You
Yeah.
can't pay me money. I mean, there was not a moment while I was in Cozumel that there wasn't an army person around me, just trying to make sure that I didn't leave the port. Like you couldn't leave the port unless you had an excursion by the cruise line.
Mhm.
So I mean, I I will say that cruises are probably my go-to now. I'm trying to get my parents on it, like because my dad's like, no, I don't want to be on a cruise. But personally, if you haven't been on a cruise, you have to. You have to try
Yeah.
it at least once.
Yeah. Yeah. I plan on going on one. But now, okay, for somebody who's never been on a cruise, and you've been on a few, thank you everybody for the gifts. I do appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Um, for somebody who's never been on a cruise and is kind of like me, I'm just worried about the boat breaking down in the middle of the ocean and the toilets stop working and then everybody has food poisoning, that type of thing.
Mhm.
Okay. So that is my worry. But what is a place that you would recommend for a first voyage on a cruise?
Okay, if I were to recommend first voyage, Carnival does it's called the Eastern Caribbean Experience is what it's called.
Mhm.
Um, every cruise line has one because they all have the same ports. Um, I will say going to San Juan, Amber Cove, I did like a 10-day voyage, and from
Yeah.
Port Canaveral in Florida, it's a 10-day voyage. And so there's 2 days at sea, and then you're 4 days in ports, and then 2 days back. And so I mean, it kind of alleviates itself out.
Yeah.
I will say that going to those ports made me a lot more comfortable at the other ports because I
Mhm.
kind of knew, okay, like Amber Cove, it's like everything's right there. There's like no going outside of the port. But like in Puerto Rico, that's just a port in the middle of a city. So you kind of get a little gist of how different ports are because
Yeah.
when you go to like different ports like Cozumel shut down, while as like in St. Martin or St. Thomas, you can go anywhere on the island and have no restrictions to it.
Oh,
Um, so
shoot.
so I mean, I will say St. Martin is probably one of my favorites. I've only been there once, but that is the most famous TikTok beach where the planes fly over you and you can touch the wheels. It's like on a little beach. There's literally a beach right in front of the airport. Beautiful, beautiful. Now I
Oh,
will say, do not get in that water because something from the turbulence of the airplanes, those waves are terrible. Do not get
yeah.
in there. But it's beautiful though. It's beautiful. Um, I got dragged under, but I mean it was beautiful. But I mean it's
It's
awesome.
beautiful, but you might drown. So just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. So okay, so what do you do about seasickness?
Only time I've ever gotten seasick on a cruise ship was when we hit a storm surge coming out of Florida. Um,
Mhm.
and I will say that I was very mad at my like aunt because I went with her because she forced me to go on this one. I was like, I didn't really want to go on it because I had heard that this hurricane was coming through and we were going to hit the storm surge on it, and I didn't really want to do it. But after like the first day, it was fine. It just that first night, the captain that came over the intercom and explained to us that he was going to increase the speed, which increasing the speed when waves are going up and down like crazy is obviously going to cause a lot of rockiness on a boat.
Yeah.
I will say that you will, if you are to book a cruise, you want to book a room that's in the middle of the ship because the balance of the ship in the middle, you don't really feel the rockiness. Now,
Oh,
if you're on the ends of either end of the ship, you're gonna feel the most rocky.
yeah.
Um, it's just because it's unbalanced,
Right.
and especially up towards the front of the ship, which is where most ships have their dining room is
Mm-hmm.
up at the front. So that first night that I was on the Magic of Carnival with my aunt, I did not go to the dining room because I was like, I am going to be sick. Like when I
Yeah.
say that he was in great, usually like the average speed of a cruise ship's like 15 knots. He was going 32 knots an hour on this water, trying to get over the storm surge. And
Mm-hmm.
we were all walking sideways like we were drunk and we had not even started. I mean, we had not even started drinking. It was
Oh
literally terrible.
my God.
It was
See,
terrible.
see, now I never even thought about that. Like the interior room is more stable, we'll say, than the llama. Yes, we got a llama. Hello. Um, the interior room is more stable than the exterior rooms. Now,
Yes.
me myself, I don't want an exterior room because, I just don't. I don't know why. I mean, it would be beautiful to have that view, but at the same time, I just don't want it. So, yeah,
I will say
I,
that the times I've went on them and I've gotten the exterior rooms, it's really not worth the extra money. I'd rather just spend the $200 on my room and not have a view when I can go sit out on the cruise deck anytime I want and see the view that these people are seeing from their room.
right, right. Yeah. Plus, I don't want the sun to wake me up in the morning.
No, it's terrible. Terrible.
Maybe I
And
should make
something
a
about
J answer.
and the Caribbean side is 10 times worse. I will also say if you're going to the Caribbean in the mid of March, which is where most people go in mid March, April, and June time, do not just do SPF 50. You need SPF 100 because I got burnt like a crab on my first
Oh,
cruise. And
well,
I was terrible. It's
I'm gonna
terrible.
need SPF 300 then. If you
It's
needed
terrible.
100, I
And I
need
never get
200.
sunburnt. I never get burnt. It was terrible. I
Yeah.
mean, and they tell you when you go on a cruise that, you know, the likelihood of the Caribbean sun is like 10 times harsher than any kind of sun towards America or
Mhm.
towards the North American part of the hemisphere. And so you're right next to the equator and you're right next to where that prime sun location is. And it
Yeah.
is harsh. And it is does not play.
So, okay, so you need some like extra SPF, okay,
Oh,
SPFness. So maybe I
yeah.
need 1,000 SPF.
Oh, yeah.
Fanta knows my story with the sun. So what was the food? What about the food?
I will say everywhere I went, on now I will say that before I went on my cruises, I did like research on what things made
Thank you.
them known for in food wise.
Mhm.
So like in Puerto Rico, I can't remember the exact thing, but it looks like a mini taco, like a taco and a pizza in one. And it's
Ooh,
like
ooh, oh, oh.
and I also got like a mamo, which is like a mango and like something else like mixed into it. And so I did a bunch of research on like things that are like known for the culture there.
Mhm.
Um, and so when you get off the cruise ship, they'll hand you like a pamphlet and say, "Hey, these are the things that it's known for. These are some fun facts. These are some things that this port's known for." Um, and so I will say that I did a lot of I'm the most pickiest eater, but I tried foods that I was never thinking in my life I would try while I was on cruises.
Yeah.
You know, now when I got on the cruise ship, that was a different thing. I was very like, give me my burger, give me my steak, and let me
Mhm.
give me
Yeah.
stuff.
See, I'm the type, if it's something new, don't tell me what I'm eating until after I eat it. This way I can actually decide if I like it or not. Because if you tell me beforehand, I'm going to take a bite and be like, ugh, ugh. Thank you,
Exactly.
everyone, for the gifts and the spotlights. I do appreciate you all. Okay. So how about packing? What are what are things to keep in mind when it comes to packing for a cruise?
I'll say I'm like a very big germaphobe. And so, like, not that like I don't think that they clean my room, but like I brought like the first time I didn't bring any kind of wipe or anything. I will say bring some kind of like they have like the to-go Clorox wipes. Just buy like a pack of those because that sucker lasted me the whole entire voyage,
Mm-hmm.
but it made me feel better knowing that I could wipe my stuff down at any point. I'll also say when you're packing, you you don't want to overpack because I'm being honest with you, I overpacked my first two cruises and it was miserable coming off the cruise ship
Mm-hmm.
because you can either check your luggage or you can not check your luggage. Well, if you don't check your luggage the night before you depart from the ship,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to get in a line and go off the ship, which is way easier.
Right.
But if you have like a luggage tag, you might be number 12 and they call it like every hour. So you don't get off the ship until 3 o'clock, as
Oh
opposed to
gosh.
the fact that they start departing at 7 a.m. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're like me, I'm driving from Florida to South Carolina and I got to be at work on Monday. I ain't got time to wait on you to call me to get out of the ship. I need to go.
Now.
So I will say pack light
Mm-hmm.
because when you're trying to go down the stairs because all the elevators are literally clogged up with people,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to hate yourself for having to pull down like a 50-pound suitcase because it
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
So,
Give that
um,
back. No, it's mine.
So, I will say that just packing light and also just like I will say like at the ports, since they are American ports, most of them
Mhm.
have like Walgreens or like a CVS. If you
Okay.
really think that you need it once you get on the ship, you can go get it, or they will get
Okay.
it for you. But I will say that you don't need as much as you think you do because I thought, oh my God, I gotta buy like little tiny travel shampoos and conditioners and I got on there and they had a thing attached to the wall. I was so mad. I was so
Oh,
mad.
shoot. Okay, just to
I had
pack
no
my Speedos.
idea.
Woody, not the Speedos.
So
Woody. Woody's
I
just
will
gonna pack
say,
his Speedos,
I
apparently.
will say pack a lot of swimsuits because I'm being honest with you, I packed some cute outfits I had bought on Shein. I was like, oh, we're gonna like be the cute girl taking on this. I wore my swimsuit more than I wore half of those clothes I bought. I'm being honest with you. I didn't wear half of them.
She
Mm, it was bad.
See me, I'm the opposite. I'm not a swimsuit girl. I'm like shorts and a t-shirt or a tank top. So
Now, I will say, once you get to the Caribbean in the middle of March, you're gonna think twice. You're gonna be like, "Oh my God, I want a bikini on." Like, I don't know how many people.
trust me, nobody wants that. Okay.
Girl, I thought the same thing, but you would be shocked at the people that show up on these cruise ships. You would be shocked.
Listen, I can't even imagine. Okay. I plan on going to my first one this year, if not this year, the next year, but I plan on going to my first one within the next year and a half.
Mm.
So I'm excited and I'm kind of like, I don't know, but we're going to do it anyways.
I will say also, if you start to feel seasick, they have these bracelets that I actually had one for when I went on my first cruise, and
Mhm,
they're like a weighted bracelet, and it pushes on the pressure point of your um the muscle right here that causes
mhm.
you to have migraines and stuff like that, and it kind of makes you feel less sick. I'll say that this much. I really like at first I was terrified because I get motion sickness in my dad's boat on the lake. I was
Mhm.
like, there's no way. But I'm telling you right now, once you get on there, it's like you ain't even on there. Like it doesn't feel like you're moving. You can't
Okay.
feel it. Unless there's like some bad storm coming or you're hitting a lot of waves, you don't feel it. You don't
Yeah. That's good though, and that's very interesting to know. And along with the Dramamine and the bracelet, I mean, you should be Gucci. You should be
oh
good to
yeah.
go. You know, I mean,
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah,
That first night on the Magic, though, I did take some Dramamine. I just dreamed away on what was happening on the ship. I just
yeah.
dreamed. It's like, it's good.
Let's go. Okay, so now, any last minute tips before I have you get out and Bulldog come in? Any last minute tips or any place that you think that somebody should take a cruise to go see? It doesn't have to be their first one. Just be like, you have to go see this one if you experience anything.
I will say Dominican Republic, Amber Cove, you have to go see it. It is gorgeous. The I will say the excursions are worth the price.
Mm-hmm.
I did the excursion where you could go see the dolphins and swim with the dolphins twice. And each time there is something like we see SeaWorld here in America and we're like, oh yeah, that's awesome. The relationship between these trainers and these dolphins and the Dominican are like nothing else. They're out of this world. Those dolphins trust those trainers more than they trust anybody else. And
Wow.
they genuinely care for their dolphins. And it's an
Mhm.
actual enclosure that's in the ocean. It's not actually like them in tanks and
Right,
you're letting them
right.
see
They're in
them.
the
They're actually in
actual
the
natural
ocean
habitat. Yeah.
in their own habitat and they get to socialize with each other and they get to interact with each other. They get to go like through the little tunnels to go to different pods. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean it's
Underground.
gorgeous.
So it really is an underwater city.
It it's
Okay.
absolutely gorgeous. And they have
Oh,
they don't just have that, they have cockatoos. Like they have a cockatoo exhibit where you can actually go in there and the lady will give you food. And when I say she said we had 20 during COVID and now we have 570 after COVID. So they were doing some stuff during COVID,
they
but
were
like
doing it.
they just never left. They're
You,
native
yeah.
to the Dominican, but I will say definitely going to like it's called Ocean World in the Dominican. You have to go see it at least once. Even if you don't do the excursion of going to the dolphin exhibit or doing the dolphin, like you can swim with a shark and swim with a dolphin.
Hmm.
Even if you just go for the day pass, which is like $80, it's worth just watching the shows that they have there and
Yeah.
watching their interaction with each other. But no, definitely I would definitely go there um, and try that and just have fun with it and try things that you never tried before because that's what you do because you don't know any of those people on a cruise ship. They're all coming from like Texas and Oklahoma and all these other places. They ain't never gonna see you again. So do
They
what you
never.
want on the cruise.
Yeah, that's true. So right quick, last question Woody has is how are the shows on the ship?
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
They're awesome. I will say that I went on the Mardi Gras, which is Carnival ship. It's like one of their biggest ships. And Kendall Fire was the cruise director, and she's now the cruise director at the Jubilee, which is Carnival's newest ship, and they're based out of Texas. That's actually my next cruise I'm going on because I fell in love with her as a cruise director. But they did Deal or No Deal and Family Feud, and when I say
Oh,
that
I would
they are
crush
not,
Family Feud.
oh my God, they are. It was the funniest stuff ever. Like they are just so much fun. Like they have so much humor in it.
Mhm.
And I'll say that like the shows are worth watching. Like at first I was like, I don't want to go sit through no dang hour and a half show. But once I got in there, you didn't even realize it. Like they do Love and Marriage.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just awesome. It's just worth it. I mean, I would
All
do it
right.
in a heartbeat. So
All right. So, all
yeah.
right, Woody, we're going to go on that cruise, Woody, and we're going to go do Family Feud and we're going to show them how to really play the game.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because both times I watched it, they did not win, and they were terrible. It's
Book
bad.
your shows as soon as you can. We will rock it. We will. Britt, we appreciate you being on the show
Mhm.
today, darling. I sure do hope you're feeling better. Hang around. We do have a travel trivia at the end of the show where you guys will face off with each other. It's not too difficult.
Okay.
I have been making them too hard and I had to be nice to people. So, I made them a little bit easier. Um, so yeah, make sure you stick around. We did enjoy hearing about cruises. I always love to hear about cruises because I'm trying to learn as much as possible. And I appreciate you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
You're
I
welcome.
love you
Everybody, make
anytime.
sure you favorite Britt. Thank you, everybody, for the gifts. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for the love. Shout out to Top Badge Kitty Commander 4, who is also a future show host, who has snatched that 2.6 milli. I'm just saying we're halfway there, people, so we're going to keep it going. Thank you, everyone who is here today. Yes, this is Hop, Skip, and a Jump with Nashi, the app's new featured traveling show where people come on and talk about where they traveled to, what they experienced, what they saw, what they did, where they went, and what they ate. And that's the most bonus! Woo! Thank you, Fanta. Okay. Maybe I got a little bit too excited on that one. But this but I mean, what better way to finish talking about a cruise than a boat? I'm just saying. Hello? Eb. Right, Mr. Moon. So if you guys do want to be on the show or know anybody who wants to be on the show, please have them message myself or Emoji J on IG, or you can even message me here on Meet Me, as well as Emoji J as well. We will get you on the show. So my next guest is going to be the one who cooks. He hasn't cooked me anything yet, but he cooks his behind off, I hear. He might know a thing or two about the kitchen. So, Bulldog, when you're ready, sir, if you may, please untie my box. Cooking, yeah. Apparently he can throw down.
Hello, Nash.
Oh, hello, Bulldog. How are we?
Hello. I am good. How are you?
Good. So, Bulldog, for those who don't know you, who don't know anything about you or your streams, tell them a little bit about yourself, what you do, what you got going on in your streams, and if you have anything coming up.
I'm Bulldog UNC. I'm normally on between 4:30 and 5. I do a cooking stream for everyone, unless we have enough that we have leftovers the next day. So other than that, we just sit around, chat, listen to music, and have a good time. I'm also the host of Bulldog's Kitchen Cook-Off on Saturdays at 6 p.m. If you'd like to get on it, you can reach out to me, Carrie at Meet Me, Charms at Meet Me, and Jubilee. Get on it and be a guest chef or a judge. So yeah.
Okay, I'll be a judge. I can't cook, Bulldog. Don't give me that pressure. Okay.
Yeah, yesterday was our first episode where me and DJ Denario cooked off, and of course, I won.
Of course.
But, yeah.
Of course.
You know, it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. It was the first episode.
Rigged. I know, right, Woody?
Just hit me up, emoji.
But he does have a cute dog.
Yes, I do have a very beautiful dog.
Yes.
Her name is Lavender.
Yes.
And matter of fact, she's out if y'all would love to see her.
Oh, yeah, right quick. Let's see the dog. Because I went in the stream the other day looking for Lavender, and she was asleep. So I said, I'm just here for the dog, so I'm leaving.
Come here. Come here. I know, Daddy woke you up from your nap.
Oh. Hi, puppy. Isn't she beautiful?
Well, look up, tell him, hey.
She is so beautiful. The star of the shows. Yes. See? Look at that. Hello? Yes. Okay, so Bulldog, the reason we are here to talk about where you've traveled to, what you've done, what you saw. I can't say the part that I wanted to, and maybe what you ate, where you ate at. Tell us a little bit about some places that you have traveled to.
So I haven't done a lot of traveling as an adult, but when I was a kid, living with my parents, traveling with my mom and my stepdad, my stepdad's a Marine, so we went to Okinawa, Japan.
Ooh, what was that?
Really nice place. Oh, it was amazing. For us, we lived on an island, so it was like a handful of kids and people there. So we have to, it was more or less, what friends you got, you hung out with the most. But thank you for the tea. But yeah, it was really, really exciting. We done a lot of fun things while we lived there. We lived there for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
But
so what were the people like? I mean, I know you lived on an island, but what were the people like, the locals like?
Honestly, they most of them was really friendly.
Me.
Most of them was really friendly, but also being a person from another country coming to your country, you have a lot of resistance and hate and everything like that. So you got, every time you went off base and went through town or something, walking or riding a bike or something like that, you got a lot of Yankee Go Home and stuff like that. But other than that, a lot of the locals were really friendly, really nice, really made you feel at home.
Yeah. I like that. See, is sometimes you never know about how cultures are going to accept other cultures. Thank you for the gifts, everybody, and thank you for the spotlights. And so I always like to ask about the culture because you just never, I like people to know what to expect because sometimes they go into a place and they're expecting the absolute worst. And I know I always do. And then I'm absolutely flabbergasted when it's the complete opposite. And so I always like that. Now, how was the food there?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. We went to a lot of restaurants where they would cook in front of you and do little tricks and stuff, like some of the restaurants we have in the States here.
Uh-huh.
But being it, seeing it authentically done, and is one of the reasons why I got into cooking so much because I
Uh-huh.
actually enjoyed the show of doing it. And I mean, it was amazing. I mean, they have some. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, sounds like we're missing a little something here.
Oh yeah, because
Um,
they make that real good fried rice right there in front of you and everything. Cook your hibachi steak and stuff like that in front of you. I mean, it's really good. I
I've
would
never
recommend it.
I've never done hibachi, but I want to.
It is awesome.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry too now, and it's Bulldog's fault. It's all Bulldog's fault. So, have you gone anywhere else, or is that?
I've been to the Philippines for a short time because when school started, while we was living in Japan, my dad would take us over to the Philippines to buy clothes for school
Mhm.
and stuff because it was so much cheaper than
Yeah.
actually. So yeah, so we went there. We didn't spend a whole lot of time or actually visit a lot of places like there. It was mostly just went into one little area, but it was really cool because everywhere you went, there's like little street carts and people cooking and food hanging. I mean, they had squid. They had all kinds of stuff.
Okay. Did you try the squid?
No, I've never tried squid. I'm actually allergic to fish, so
Okay. Okay. Oh, wow.
I
Um,
love the fish, but I don't eat the fish.
but he's allergic to the fish. Got it. He likes to catch them, but he can't eat them. Okay. I got it. I can respect that part. Okay. So what was it like? Like, what were the quality? I guess, and I don't know, but I'm just curious. What was the quality of the clothing like? Is it like here? Is it just as good? Is it not better? I hear that sometimes in different cultures and countries, the clothes are actually better than they are here.
So when I was growing up living there, uh, clothes that you'd buy in the States were really expensive and made from good material. But the clothes that were in Japan, uh, they were actually really good, but they were cheaper. Like back in the day, Jordans were the thing,
Mhm.
where they were like $100 some here in the States, I could probably get a pair for $75. You
Oh,
know,
shoot.
uh, they had name brand stuff, and it was really good because we lived on base, so we had PXs that we'd go shop at or
Hmm.
commissaries to get our groceries. And at the PXs, because of the yen rate to the American dollar, it was just so much easier just to go to PX and buy. Because if you went out in town and bought, it's hard to keep up with the yen rate or
Yeah.
actually understanding how much 5 yen is to $5.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, you can actually take you could take a quarter and actually go to the movies out in town at the Okinawans theaters and actually watch a movie. You can't understand none of it, but you can actually watch the movie for a quarter.
I mean, I'll go watch a movie for a quarter any day of the week. I can make up what they're saying.
Right.
Sometimes what I have to make up is better than what the movie's doing anyhow.
Yeah.
That's just what I've come across. Okay, so I just lost my whole train of thought. Was there anything there? I wish it only cost a quarter. I know. Like, well, okay, well, with that quarter, is that just the movie or does that include the popcorn?
Oh, that was just the movie. I mean, you still had to pay for the popcorn stuff like you do here. I cannot tell you what it costs because we used to sneak all of our stuff in and eat and drink while we're there.
I bring stuff in. They don't check my purse, but the one thing that I do not bring in is popcorn. I always have to have. If I'm going to the movies, I'm getting my movie theater popcorn.
Yeah,
Don't.
I don't eat popcorn that much. I do now that I have kids,
Yeah.
but back then, yeah, give me the
Mhm.
candy. I just wanted the candy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just want the popcorn. I could care less about the rest. And then at our movie theater, they actually have a separate butter squirter where you can add more butter to the popcorn, but nobody cares about that. We're not here to talk about my popcorn fetish. Um, was there, I know that you were living there and, but was there anything there that you would recommend people to go and see? Like, hey, if you were to travel there, you need to check this out.
Okay, so you're living on a tropical island,
Mm-hmm.
basically, and they also have the old caves from the wars and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Me personally, I loved it when it was warm because me and my family would get up. I mean, at that time, my brothers and sisters were really small, so they wasn't able to do it. But me, my mom, and my stepdad, we would get up. We'll all go to the beach with a bunch of our friends, and me and my mom and stepdad would go scuba diving. And the water, wow, the fish life and the water life that's under there, and to see that. If you ever get a chance to be able to scuba dive, I would totally recommend going there and just being able to dive in the water and see the things that's there because it is magical. I'm telling you, it's magical. There's also there's a place that on the base I lived on, which was Camp Courtney. They had a place that was called Tingan, and it's really cool because some nights they'll have little tours so that people can see the Tingan ghost. And
Oh,
it was always fun just to be able to go do that.
did you see any ghosts?
I've never seen a ghost, but it was always fun and creepy to go up in there, and especially when you knew certain friends were going there and you hide in the bushes and you jump out and
Mm-hmm.
scare them. It was always great.
Did you ever go on the tour there on Halloween?
That was the most interesting fun time there was because they actually had some of the locals, the Okinawans, who actually dressed up as the Tin Gang ghosts, and
Ooh.
they would like try to get out there and make the experience really, really worth being there for. I mean, some of the things they dressed up as for Halloween and stuff, but they don't really. I mean, they did it for the Americans. I don't know if it's something they do all the time because I never really seen any Okinawan kids dress up for Halloween stuff because they believe in the spirits and stuff like that. But you
Mhm.
have some that would do stuff to help out on the American basis to make it more festive and you know
Yeah. Okay, well, shoot. I mean, I would go and be a part of that just because I could say that I did that. I have a thing with the paranormal and ghosts and things, so I would be interested in doing that. I just have to make sure I bring all my protection with me.
well, in North Carolina they have some really good ghost tours. And
Really?
they, yes, and they will take you at midnight on a bus and take you off to these haunted locations.
Okay. So Fanta, that's going to be something that you and I can do when I move to South Carolina. We'll go to North Carolina and Bulldog can take us to the tours.
What are you talking about?
Because
Bulldog scared crap of all this stuff.
Bulldog's the one telling us about it, so he has to go with
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Actually, they have some really good ones. They have some really good ones in Asheville, North Carolina. They have some in Charlotte,
Ooh.
some really nice ones. And yeah,
When you get back, Fanta. Bull is our tour guide. Exactly. You're welcome. You are now the tour guide, whether or not you want to be. It's just going to happen. I
I
like my
like my
ghost
ghost behind
behind the
TV
TV
screen.
screen. That's no fun. No fun at all. Now, when you were there, did you guys stay? You stayed at in the military housing, or was it? I'll bring the Bible and the holy water. Yes.
Actually, it was really cool. The house in that we lived in towers. So you got like a huge tower that goes up to the
Mhm.
12th floor, and then you had the roof and everything like that. And we had like these like fire escapes and these fire we had fire escapes and we had balconies, and that's actually how I first got into my first job. Was I went and bought a hose and a bucket and scrub brushes and stuff, and I hooked it up to people's kitchen sinks and went out and cleaned pigeon poo off the balconies and
Oh
their fire
shoot!
escapes. Yes,
So you became a poo washer.
yeah, basically.
Oh, I like it. I like it. No, that's good though. You made an opportunity.
Yeah.
She loves spooky as long as it's behind a screen or in a podcast. She don't want to live it. Wow. I just won't tell her what we're doing. Yeah. Okay. No. Here, how are the customs of Japan that you had to follow? Yes, that's a very good question.
Okay, so most places you go to, there's shrines and stuff like that, and there's they put money, they put food, they put special momentums and stuff out there on those shrines and stuff. And to be called up on one of them shrines when it's not Shrine Day or whatever they call it, uh, it is an offense, and you can be shipped back to the states, or you
Oh,
know, or if you're out in base, because they got these little stores. They're called Mama San stores, and American kids feel it. They just like, but they drive on the wrong side of the road, which is very annoying.
for them, it's the
But
right side of the road. For us, it's the
yeah,
wrong
so
side.
so even if you have your license in the states and you move there, you have to redo your driver's ed. You have to go to classes. I mean,
Mhm.
most of us, we know this stuff by heart, but some of this stuff, because you can't do U-turns there, no matter what you do.
Oh,
Yeah, so you have to go to the next street, turn down it, and then come pull in somewhere, turn around, come back out.
can you
Yeah,
rent?
you can rent a car. When we first got there, my dad had to actually rent a car for a while before I get around. Which I got a big family, so we had to get a minivan, and these minivans are nothing like the minivans we have. They're square. I mean, actually square.
Oh,
And yeah, but yeah, they got different cultures and stuff. I was not being I was 12. I was not allowed to leave the base very often. When I do got to leave the base, it was actually just to go across the street or to a Mama San store and come back.
mm-hmm.
Because you do have, like I said, you do have some people that do not like Americans over there, and you could be riding your bike going to the PX. Hey, Baby Yoda. Uh, you can be going to PX and you can have somebody jump out of the bamboo uh, fields and just throw a piece of bamboo in your bike tire, you'll flip over and stuff. So they encourage you not to, go out very often if you didn't have to. I
Yeah,
mean, but like I said, there are a lot of friendly people there. You kind of want to just stick to the base most of the time when you was out.
yeah. So stick with the area that you're going to, and like maybe to the tourist attraction places, resorts. Do they have
And
resorts out that way?
yeah, they have some things there for tourists, and I mean they're very nice. Like I said, I was 12 when I went, so I don't know so much about the culture as I probably would if I was to go now and actually studied up on it before I went.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that a lot of things I got in trouble for, I I, I didn't know you couldn't do that kind of stuff there. So
Well, you learn the hard way.
yeah, I mean
Hmm.
there's some areas at the beaches, like I was telling you, there's the caves from the wars and everything. And you still have some people that live in those caves that still think the war's going on. So going exploring them caves is a big no-no.
Hmm.
And me and my friends thought it'd be cool to go. So, we got in trouble.
So you got in trouble because Bulldog did what Bulldog thought he wanted to do was fine. Yeah, it is interesting. Listen, I'm offering free. Oh my. Okay. So, did you get in trouble with the police?
Most of the time, if an American was to get in trouble there, the Okinawan police would come, but they automatically call the MPs to the bases to come because you can't understand them. You don't know what's going on. So they call the MPs. And most of the time, the MPs get it worked out to get you brought back onto the base, and then they deal with it either if it's something that was a big offense to the Okinawans, they will gather your families or whatever and tell them, okay, either this person has to go back to the States, they can no longer stay here, or they'll see how much time you got left to stay there, and they will base, so okay, well, you are not allowed to leave the base, you are grounded to the base.
Okay.
And so yeah.
What was
Oh
your
my! Oh, I got community service. I had to clean up the beaches, picking up trash.
Okay, well, I mean, that probably wasn't too bad. You got to be on the beach and, see
I mean,
people.
the punishment probably could have been worse if I actually ran into one of those people who actually thought the war was going on. So
Yeah.
I think I got off easy.
Yeah, I think you did too. Cleaning up a beach sounds like a dream job right now. Yeah, glad you still have your hands.
Right? I couldn't cook without them. I couldn't cook without them.
No, you'd be one of those people who learned how to do everything with their feet.
Yeah, I'm not eating somebody's food that they had to prepare it with their feet. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure their feet are clean, but yeah, I'm not doing it.
No, but I'm serious though, you guys. You need to look it up.
seen
There's a lot of people that they learn how to adopt without their hands and stuff, and they use their feet just like they would hands. I'm just saying, don't shoot me. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. I learned for ice cream. Oh, fascinating. He uses his paws. Bulldog, I appreciate you being on the show, honey.
I greatly appreciate you having me.
Yes, of course. You guys make sure you favorite Bulldog. Britt, I'm going to ask that you get back in the box. We are going to do our travel trivia next. And people in the audience are more than welcome to join in if they would like. Not my screen going black. And this is how it works, is I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to give you 4 multiple choice answers. And you can just blurt it out. I don't care how you do it. You can ask the chat for help if you want. Chat can help you. And it's 10 questions, and it's relatively not too bad, too much. All right, so we're going to start off with the first one. In which U.S. state would you find the Hollywood sign? Is it California, New York, Texas, or Florida?
California.
California.
Yes, you both are correct. Bamboo smacks for wrong answers. Well, then everybody's going to be answering wrong, Woody. In which U.S. state would you find Yellowstone National Park? Is it Wyoming, Idaho, Utah, Montana?
Wyoming.
Miami.
It is Wyoming, yes. Which city and Montana? Okay, Wyoming and Montana. Both. Okay. I will Google this, but I'm going to take it from a person who used to live in Montana and just, she probably knows more than Google because she lived there. Grandier. Oh, okay. See, she knows. All right. So what city is known as the Windy City? Is it Los Angeles, Seattle, Toronto, or Chicago? Entrance to Yellowstone. Oh. That makes sense.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
Which city is known as the Windy City? Toronto, Seattle, Los Angeles, or Chicago?
Chicago.
I want to say Seattle, but I think she's right with Chicago.
It is Chicago, yes. Chief, in which U.S. state would you find the Statue of Liberty? California, Wisconsin, Florida, or New York? Here we go. Look at that. Wisconsin in the water. Wow, Woody. It is New York.
In the water is wild.
Which country gifted the United States of America the Statue of Liberty? Was it the Dominican Republic, France, Portugal, or Russia?
France.
France.
Yes, it is France. In which U.S. Russia? In which U.S. state would you find the Space Needle? Illinois, Colorado, Oregon, or Washington? Underwater
Washington.
disaster movies. Ebb.
Washington.
Yes, Washington. See, now these are too easy. I either make them too hard or too easy. I'll just keep it easy for everybody. In which U.S. state would you find Mount Rushmore? North Dakota, Nebraska, New Mexico, or South Dakota?
South Dakota.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
South Dakota?
In the mountains. Yes, South Dakota is the answer. Well, in the West. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
In which country would you find the Great Wall? Hungary, St. Lucia,
China.
China.
China. We're going with China. Okay. Look at, he's like, yeah, I know this one. I'm coming out with this one. You don't even have to finish. I like that. St. Lucia. Yes, Kitty. St. Lucia in China.
Kitty, we're gonna have a geography lesson after this. Because Lord.
Well, something tells me she actually knows, but she's just sitting there like, whatever. What is the largest continent in the world? Is it Africa? Is it North America? Is it Europe? Or is it Asia?
Asia.
Yeah.
It is Asia, yes. All right, this is the last one, I think. Oh. Okay, so which city is known as the City of Lights? Is it New York City, Las Vegas, San Diego, or Paris?
New York City. No, Paris.
Yeah.
Paris.
Paris.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay. Although Las Vegas is the brightest city, Paris is known as the City of Lights.
What is it,
Even
baby?
though
Where you from?
Las Vegas is brighter than probably anywhere else, but it is known as the City of Lights. Don't come for me. I didn't make this up. It's just what it is, people. We'll take it up with the people that made the quiz. Okay, not me. Okay, right quick before we end the show, Bulldog, Britt, one more time, and we'll start with Bulldog. Just go over, reintroduce yourself to anybody who didn't, who wasn't here when you did before. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, your streams, when to expect you streaming. We'll start with Bulldog and then end with Britt.
I'm Bulldog NC. I'm normally on between 4 and 5 doing a cooking show unless we have leftovers, and then we just sit and chill. I'm also the host of Bulldog's Kitchen Cook-Off on Saturdays at 6 p.m. You can reach out to myself or Carrie at Meet Me or Charm at Meet Me or Jubilee and reach out to me, either be a guest or a guest cook. I mean, a guest judge or a guest cook. And yes, go 49ers. Let's go.
Well, I know. A friend of mine lost the bet yesterday, so I got to change her name. And Miss Britt?
I'm Britt. I usually stream. I'm going to be primarily streaming in the afternoon because I am going back into teaching. So I am going back into my full-time slave job. And so I usually am just chilling in my lives lately. We just kind of talk about mental health awareness and kind of just getting to know each other and just being a safe place for people to go.
Wonderful. I love it. Make sure you guys favor both of our guests today. You guys, thank you so much for being on the show. And I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Lavender, anytime you want to cuddle with me, just let me know and I'll come get you. Thank you so much. You guys have a good Sunday. Thank you again.
Ashley, again, thank you for inviting me.
You're
I
welcome.
enjoyed myself.
My pleasure. All right, everybody. That was Hop, Skip, and a Jump with Nashi every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you are interested on being a guest on the show, please reach out to me or Emoji J on IG. Emoji J is supposedly new to this app with level 55, which means he just dropped like a whole bank today because it's he's new to the app. So go kiss up to Emoji J so he could probably drop you a dragon wheel or two. Okay, yeah, come back next week for Hop, Skip, and a Jump with Nashi. And we're also